Some people seem to drain our life force without even laying a finger on us. You talk to them for 5 minutes and you leave feeling heavy, exhausted, as if you had carried the weight of the world on your shoulders. I am absolutely certain that you know this feeling. The phone rings, and just by seeing the name glowing on the screen, your stomach ties itself into an immediate knot. Or perhaps it is that specific time of the year, that family reunion or that Sunday dinner, where you already leave your house wearing an invisible suit of armor, preparing yourself for the veiled criticisms, for the unfair comparisons, or for that heavy energy that seems to impregnate the walls and stick to your skin. It feels as if, no matter how much you prepare mentally, the presence of that person is enough to drain your entire vital battery. You enter full of light, and you leave feeling gray, irritated, and often guilty for feeling this way. There is a secret, a master key that Ravi Shankar teaches, which has the power to completely change this dynamic. It is not about changing the other person, because you have already tried that 1,000 times, and you know it does not work. It is about a change of internal posture, an emotional protection technique so subtle yet so powerful that allows you to stand in the middle of a hurricane without a single drop of rain wetting your spirit. But for this key to work in your hands, we must first dismantle an illusion that you carry, and which, without knowing, is what gives them power over you. Stay with me, because at the end of this conversation, we will do a practical exercise to install this shield, and you will never again enter these battles unarmed. Let's speak the truth about what happens in your body and your mind. It is not just annoying, it is physical. When you deal with someone toxic, especially if it is a close relative, father, mother, sibling, spouse, the pain is double. There is the pain of their behavior, of course, but there is the pain of your broken expectation. You feel your heart racing. Your breathing becomes short, trapped high in your chest. Perhaps you feel a heat rising up your neck when you hear that passive-aggressive comment about your job or about how you raise your children. It is as if there were an invisible hook in their navel connected directly to your stomach. They pull, and you sway. You arrive home after these encounters and you cannot sleep. The mind stays in an infinite loop, replaying the argument, thinking about what you should have said, thinking about what you should not have heard. It is an exhaustion that sleep does not cure, because it is an exhaustion of the soul. You feel like a dirty sponge, heavy with emotions that are not even your own. And the worst part of all is the sensation of powerlessness, the idea that to have peace, you would need to walk away completely. But love, duty, or financial circumstances do not allow this physical distance. So, you feel trapped in a cage with a lion, trying not to make sudden movements to avoid being devoured. The vast majority of people try to solve this in 2 ways, and both fail miserably. The first way is confrontation, trying to explain, trying to make the other see their error, trying to win the argument with logic and facts. But trying to use logic with someone who is emotionally toxic is like trying to dry ice with a hairdryer. You only create more water and more mess. The second way is total submission. You stay silent. You swallow your tears. You become an emotional doormat and get sick on the inside, developing gastritis, migraines, and chronic anxiety. Common sense says that you have to stand firm for the family or have patience. But Ravi Shankar brings a counterintuitive and liberating perspective. He says that allowing someone to steal your peace is not patience, it is negligence towards your own being. True compassion begins with yourself. If you know someone who is living exactly this right now, someone who is erasing themselves to fit into the world of another difficult person, or someone who carries this family burden in silence, leave your like right now or share this message with them. Let's make this relief reach those who are suffering, because no one should have to sacrifice their mental health to keep up appearances. By doing this, you help this message of healing burst the bubble and reach distressed hearts. The great turning point that Ravi Shankar offers us begins with a brilliant metaphor about the remote control. Imagine that your inner peace, your joy, your balance are like a television show that you love to watch. Now, imagine that you take the remote control of this television and hand it directly into the hand of the person who criticizes you the most, who irritates you the most, who puts you down the most. You would say to them, "Here, take it. When you are in a bad mood, change my channel to sadness. When you criticize me, change my channel to anger. You decide how I will feel today." It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that is exactly what we do. Ravi Shankar reminds us that no one can make you unhappy without your consent. No one has the power to take away your peace unless you give them that power. When someone is rude, aggressive, or toxic, this says a lot about the internal state of that person and almost nothing about you. Hurt people hurt people. Happy people do not bother others. If someone is throwing emotional trash at you, it is because they are overflowing with trash on the inside. Their stress, their frustration, their unhappiness is leaking out. The wisdom here is, do not be the garbage can for other people's negativity. Ravi Shankar teaches that we must look at these people not with anger, but with an almost scientific curiosity.
Or even with distant compassion. He says, accept people and situations as they are. Accepting does not mean agreeing. Accepting does not mean letting them disrespect you. Accepting means stopping the fight against the reality that they are like this right now. When you stop wishing that your mother, your boss, or your partner were different from what they are, you recover your energy. You stop banging your head against a brick wall. Acceptance creates a space of clarity. You think, okay, this person is shouting. This is their behavior. I am me. Their peace depends on them. My peace depends on me. There is a science behind this. When you react emotionally to a provocation, your limbic system hijacks your brain, flooding your body with cortisol. You enter fight or flight mode. But when you observe the situation as a witness, as if you were watching a movie, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the rational and calm part of the brain. You create a safe distance, not physical, but energetic. Ravi Shankar says that we must be hollow and empty like a flute so that the music can pass through, but firm like a rock when the waves crash. The waves hit the rock and return to the ocean. The rock remains there, intact. Now, let's transform this understanding into a practical tool. It is useless to only understand intellectually. You need to feel this protection. Let's do an energy shielding exercise together based on the principles of breathing and visualization that Ravi Shankar teaches. If you can, sit comfortably, with your spine straight but relaxed. If you cannot close your eyes right now, do this with your eyes open, but bring your attention inward. Start by breathing deep through your nose. Fill your chest, Hold for 2 seconds and release the air through your mouth very slowly, as if you were blowing out a candle without wanting to extinguish it. Once more. Inhale deeply, bringing clarity, and exhale slowly, releasing any tension in your shoulders. Now, visualize that there is a transparent sphere of light around your body. It can be a white light, golden, or blue, the color that brings you the most safety. This sphere is at arm's length from your body, in all directions, above your head, below your feet, in front and behind. Imagine that this sphere is made of a special material. It is permeable only to love and positivity. Everything that is good enters, but it is completely impenetrable to negativity, criticism, anger, or manipulation. Now, visualize the difficult person in front of you outside of this sphere. See them talking, gesturing, perhaps even with that expression that usually triggers you. But observe what happens. Their words, their heavy energy, leave their mouth like a dark smoke, travel in your direction, but when they touch the surface of your sphere of light, they simply slide off and fall to the ground. They cannot enter.
They hit and dissolve. You are inside the sphere, safe, breathing pure air. You can see the person. You can hear them, but the toxicity does not touch you. You are the observer. You look at them and think, this belongs to you, not to me. Feel the freedom of not needing to react. Feel the power of keeping your heart light, even in the face of chaos. Breathe inside this safety for a few more seconds. Keep this image. Every time you are going to meet this person, before entering the room, put on this sphere mentally. The great phrase that summarizes this liberation, something for you to write on the mirror or carry in your mental wallet, is this: the opinion of others is their reality, not your sentence. Do not give the remote control of your life to someone who does not know how to tune into the channel of peace. Remember the mystery we spoke about at the beginning. The key was not to change the other, but to change where you place the receiver of emotions. When you realize that toxicity is a poisoned gift that you have the option not to accept, you become invincible. The postman can bring the letter, but you are not obliged to open it and read it. Leave the letter closed. Leave the package at the door. You are not alone on this journey of shielding and self-knowledge. We walk together, learning to be lighthouses that, instead of absorbing the darkness, simply shine brighter to dispel it. Stay in peace. Protect your energy, and I will see you in the next video.